Hello students, this is Ms. Shweta Gupta and today we will be doing maths for class 7. Our topic for today is mensuration. Before proceeding the video, I would recommend you all to take a notebook and a pen so that you can make the entries or you can write down the important points and the formulas that we are going to discuss in this video. So our topic for today is perimeter and area. Now what is perimeter? Perimeter is the total length or boundary of a closed figure. What do you mean by a closed figure? A closed figure is one which has got no open ends and all the vertices are connected to each other. Total length or boundary, that means if we add up the sides of the figure, we will get the perimeter. Suppose in this figure, this is a 5-sided figure or we can also call it a pentagon. In this figure, if we add up all the 5 sides, all the 5 outer sides of the figure, we'll be getting the perimeter. Similarly, in a rectangle, it is a 4-sided figure and if we add up all the 4 sides, we'll be getting the perimeter. Same is the case for circle. This circular wall or this circular boundary of a circle is also known as circumference, and circumference is same like perimeter. It is the other name for perimeter. We have a formula for calculating the circumference of the circle. We'll be discussing it later. Now perimeter of a regular polygon. What do you mean by a regular polygon? A polygon is any figure having n number of sides. N could be anything starting from 3. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. So all these are polygons. And how can we classify if a polygon is regular or not? Regular polygon means a polygon which has all the sides equal. So in these cases, all the sides are equal. So the formula for calculating the perimeter of a regular polygon is length of one side multiplied by number of sides. This figure, this is a 6-sided figure or a hexagon. It is a regular polygon or a regular hexagon. So we can simply use this formula. Other than that, previously what we had discussed, that perimeter means the addition of all the sides. We could also do it in the same way. If one of the sides is 2 cm, we can simply add up all the sides, that is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. We will get the same result as 12 cm, or to simplify it and for faster calculation, we can use this formula, that is perimeter is length of one side into number of sides. Here the length of one side is 2 cm and this figure has got 6 sides, so the perimeter will be 2 into 6, that is 12 cm. Similarly, in a triangle which is a regular polygon, we call it equilateral triangle, okay, because all the 3 sides are equal. So in this case also, the perimeter will be length of one side into the number of sides, that is 5 into 3, that is 15 cm. You must have also studied about the formula of perimeter of equilateral triangle in your earlier classes, which is also, the formula could also be written as perimeter is equal to 3 into number of sides. So from that formula we can take out this value. In the similar way, we can calculate the perimeter of a square. If the side is given as 3 cm, the perimeter will be 4 into the side, which is length of one side, which is given here. That is 3 into 4, 12 cm. Now we will be learning the formulas of some important figures that are covered in your chapter. Perimeter of the rectangle. A rectangle is a 4-sided figure in which opposite pair of sides are equal to each other. So the perimeter will be L plus B plus B, or you could write this as 2L plus 2B. Taking out 2 as common, we will get L plus B. So this is the formula for perimeter of a rectangle. Now parallelogram is same like rectangle. In parallelogram also, the opposite pair of sides are equal. but the only difference is that in rectangle all the angles are 90 degree each, but in parallelogram it is not the same. So the perimeter can be taken out in the similar manner, L plus B plus B. Taking out 2 as common, we get 2 into L plus B. Now square, in square all the 4 sides are equal, so we can denote all the 4 sides by a single variable, that is A. Adding up all the sides, we get 4 into A or 4 into side. Same is the case with rhombus, because square and rhombus has the same properties. All the sides of a rhombus are also equal, but the difference is also same. Just like rectangle and parallelogram, here all the angles are 90 degree each. In rhombus, all the angles are different. They are not 90 degree each. So in rhombus, the perimeter will be the addition of all the sides, that is 4 into A or 4 into the length of each side. Perimeter of triangle is the addition of all the 3 sides. Suppose the sides are denoted as A, B and C. We just add up the 3 sides and we get the perimeter of triangle. Now coming to circle. The perimeter of circle is also known as circumference. Its formula is 2 pi r. Here I have drawn a circle. This is the center. The line that passes from the center, from one end of a circumference to other end, passing through the center, is known as diameter. Half of the diameter is radius. Radius is equal throughout the center. So we can say diameter is equal to 2 into radius, because if we add up 2 radius, we'll get one single diameter. So diameter is 2 into radius. From here you can derive radius is equal to diameter by 2. You can simply put the value of radius here and you can calculate the circumference of the circle. Also remember that the value of pi is 22 by 7 or 3.14. So now we are done with perimeter. Now we will begin our second topic, that is area. Area is the total space occupied by a figure. It is the total space. Like here I have drawn a square. The space occupied inside this closed figure, this is known as area. So formula for area of square is side into side and area of rectangle is length into breadth. I suppose you have studied these two formulas in your earlier classes. Moving on to parallelogram. The formula for area of parallelogram is base into height. As I have already told you that rectangle and parallelogram shares the same property except for the angles. Here, in this case, the angle is not 90 degree. So, the formula for rectangle was length into breadth. Length here becomes base and breadth here becomes height. Why not this side? Because this was, the angle here was 90 degree. So, this was actually the breadth of the rectangle is actually the height of the rectangle. In the same way, in parallelogram, we do not take this side, we take the height of the parallelogram. So, because of this, the formula becomes base into height. Now, if you look at the triangle, it is actually, if I join these two triangles, it becomes parallelogram. Or, if I divide this parallelogram by drawing a diagonal here, it will be divided into two equal triangles. So the formula for triangle is half into base into height, because one triangle is half of the parallelogram. So in triangle also we have to take the base and height, not the other two sides. Now formula for circle is pi r square, where r is the radius. We have already learned about the area of triangle, that is half base into height. We can use this formula for calculating the area of right angled triangle, because in right angled triangle these two sides are perpendicular to each other. So we can easily get our height or the altitude of the triangle. Now we have many different types of triangle, like equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, and there might be a case in which the height or the altitude might not be given in the question. For that, we need to know the formula for area of those triangles. I'll show you the derivation of the formula. Actually, the formula for area of equilateral triangle is root 3 a square by 4. It is better if you can memorize this formula. You don't need to do all these steps, but these are the derivation. If you don't remember the formula, you can always use these steps to get the area. So here I have drawn an equilateral triangle ABC in which all the three sides are equal, that is A and A. I have dropped a median from A to D. This is a perpendicular line which will be our height. The third side, that is BC, which is A, since D is dividing this side into two equal halves, BD will be A by 2 and DC will be A by 2. So if we take one of the triangle from here, this line has divided this triangle ABC into two equal triangles. If we take any one of the triangle, by using Pythagoras theorem, we can always find out the third side because we already have the first and the second side. So by using Pythagoras theorem, AD will be equal to AB square minus BD square. AD square is equal to AB square minus BD square. So AD is square root of AB square minus BD square. Here the value of AB is A. So AB square is A square and BD square will be A by 2 whole square. Now removing this bracket, we get A square minus A square by 2 square, that is 4. Taking the LCM, we get 4 here and 4A square minus A square, which on solving this we get 3A square by 4 square root over 3A square by 4. That is, if we remove the square root, we can simply take A square out and 4 out. We get A and 2 here and root 3. Since 3 is not a perfect square, we will keep this under root. So we got the value of AD, that is root 3A by 2. And this AD is our height. So the formula for area of triangle is half into base into height. Here the base is A and the height is root 3A by 2. Multiplying these things, we get root 3A square by 4. A into A becomes A square and 2 into 2 is 4. So you can simply remember this formula, you can simply memorize this formula, area of equilateral triangle, or else you can derive it in this process also. Now moving on, we can also calculate the area of a triangle by using Heron's formula. In this formula, we calculate the area of the triangle when the three sides are given, when the value for three sides are given. Suppose if the altitude or the height is not given, then we can use, and the three sides are given in the question, then we can use this formula. The formula is area is equal to square root over S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where S is A plus B plus C divided by 2. So A, B and C are the three sides of the triangle, and S is also known as semi-perimeter because perimeter is the addition of the three sides. If you divide this by 2, that will be termed as semi or half of the perimeter. So if we simply put the value of these things in the formula, we will be getting the value for area of the triangle. We can use this formula, again I am repeating this, we can use this formula when the three sides are given in the question and the height is not given. Now, I forgot to tell you one thing, that is, in case of area, we always put the square of the unit, and in case of perimeter, we just write the unit as it is. Suppose if it is centimeter, if the values are given in centimeter, whatever the magnitude might be, say 10 centimeters square. If you got the value 10 centimeter, you just write 10 centimeters square in case of area. If it is meter, write meter square. If it is kilometer, write kilometer square. Whatever the unit is, we have to make the square of the unit in case of area, and in case of perimeter, write the unit as it is. In this video, we have learnt about the concepts and formulas of mensuration. In our next video, we will be solving some questions from the textbook so that you get the clear understanding of the application of these formulas.